Hey, it's JP. We are in the Santa Catalina Mountains near Mount Lemmon, and in this episode, we're going to see what it's like hiking in early August because today is a great day for a hike. So we're on our way up the Catalina Highway to milepost 17 or so, or the San Pedro Vista Point, where we're going to meet the trailhead for Incinerator Ridge. The San Pedro Vista Point is 32 miles, or about an hour's drive from the corner of East Broadway and North Campbell and Tucson. Plan on driving for about an hour to get to this location. There's a good amount of parking, but no restrooms here. You may want to stop at the Windy Point Vista on your way up the mountain. There's more information on the plaque near the parking area. So I'm just shy of a mile into the hike and I've climbed about 500 feet. If you're going to hike the Incinerator Ridge Trail, I do recommend that you bring some hiking poles because the beginning of that trail is kind of rocky, and while it's well marked, it is rocky and it can be slippery if you don't have the right kind of boots. So hiking poles recommended, and be sure you have the right footwear. By the way, I really appreciate your feedback, so your likes, your comments, and your subscriptions are all very much appreciated. Thank you. All right, so I'm just shy of 2 miles into the hike. I'm going to keep going, probably go all the way down to the Catalina Highway, milepost 19.5, and then turn around and do some exploring on the way back. It's a beautiful day, 78 degrees or so. I've climbed about 700 feet, so I'm just shy of 8,000 feet above sea level, and having a glorious time. I read online where some people notice thinner air when they're up at these elevations, but I haven't noticed that personally. Unless that's why I'm always running out of breath when I'm talking to you. So why is this called Incinerator Ridge? According to the website Tucson.com, Incinerator Ridge was home to a dump and actual incinerator. In the early 20th century, the incinerator was used to destroy classified documents and materials that were picked up by a service working the entire area. I've read great reviews of a book called Look to the Mountains by Suzanne Hensel and plan on picking it up in the very near future. Okay, according to my iPhone compass, we are at 8,130 feet above sea level. Off in the distance, you'll see Rose Canyon Lake. Not a place I've checked out yet, and I do want to check it out. Maybe I'll go there in the autumn and do a video from there because it looks pretty cool. The sun is not too menacing because it's pretty cool up here and there's a decent breeze, but when you're hiking in the desert, especially in the summertime, always wear your sun protection. That's why I got this, and that's why I have long sleeves on. I'm not a big fan of sunscreen. I advocate for the use of sunscreen, but personally I am not a good sunscreen person. I'd rather do it with clothes and covering as much as I can. I know I should wear the sunscreen. So here we are near Barnum Rock. Barnum Rock is at 7,953 feet above sea level. It's been a great hike, and here are my thoughts of hiking the Incinerator Ridge Trail in the middle of summer.
Start your hike early. I plan on arriving at the trailhead no later than 7 a.m., so I'm back to the car between 10 and 11. There's not a lot of shade on most trails in the area, so try to finish up before the sun is at its strongest. Wear your sun protection. Whether it's sunscreen, loose clothing to cover your skin, or a combination of both, sun protection is important year-round, especially in the Sonoran Desert. Hike up in the higher elevations during the summer months. It's often 20 or more degrees cooler as you climb the Catalinas to Mount Lemmon. Take advantage of the temperature difference. And speaking of weather, always be mindful of the forecast. Monsoon season is very impressive, but with it comes the potential for flash flooding, very strong winds, blowing dust, and frequent lightning. Weather.gov is an excellent resource from the National Weather Service. Be sure to bring plenty of water. Any water you might find along trails should not be consumed and should not be counted on. I carry about a gallon of water in my backpack, and I often use the majority of it during a 5 or so hour long hike. Wear appropriate footwear and always know where you're stepping. There's plenty of critters in the area that don't like being startled. And as always, be safe and be smart. Hiking Mount Lemmon and friends is awesome, and I recommend it for anyone that wants to experience all that Mother Nature has to offer.
All right, I want to thank you for coming along on my hike today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you would, please go ahead and hit that like button if you liked what you saw. If you really liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you want to share your comments or other feedback, I am always eager to hear from you. Thanks for following along. Have a great day. See ya.
At the point of no return.
Free yourself.